APN Mafia.
Right. The question was, how do we pick counties? Well, it's pretty easy to give you a head start on how we would pick a county, but I'm going to go, so we go to price.com, that more button, it'll say research. I think you need an account for this now. It used to be free. You still be able to get in here for free, but Price is a really cool tool. I recommend getting an account. I'm pretty sure they have a free trial available. You're gonna hit this research button, but there's also other videos where I'll show you how you can actually just get this information on your own. You just won't have this cool tool do it for you. So I'm on TikTok live too. He said how much you make last year and how much sorry, I'm really struggling with this. How much you make last year in land investing? Is it millions? Yeah, like 2 point something, but I'm still working on my taxes, trying to get what I'm actually claiming under 100. Roll everything back over, so it's you did I think, like, you know, it's all said and done, like 0.5 in 23. We're still figuring it out. We'll probably know for sure in a week or so. But yeah, so like 30% of that tacked onto my net worth. And then we do other types of lending. We do some Section 8 stuff. We do some traditional real estate, multifamily, single family stuff. The bulk of what we did is land. Across all of our investments, I think last year land was 50%. Well, in 2022, land was like 50%. This year, I think it's closer to 75. Yeah, it was smooth. It was a smooth year. Smooth year in land investing. Pretty much, I don't know anyone that had a rough year, except for people that are using Pat Live, pretty much. Anybody that's using a call center, wondering why their mail campaigns aren't doing very well, that's why. How long did it take you to be good? Pretty much instantly. I was bartending, I was doing pretty well with that. I was managing a bar, restaurant, and I was going to go work at another one. Then I fell into land investing, and it's pretty smooth. I had some applicable skill sets to get around running. But yeah, we started funding right away, so that was a good head start. We didn't have to wait for like campaign to fall in place. But I'd say generally, like, if you're starting from like where I think a reasonable expectation, if you can put 5 hours a day into this, you can go from $0 to $100,000 within 6 months. We'll do a lot better than that. Like, I was just looking at a deal. Somebody requested funding from us. They're just coming up on 2 years in land investing, and they've done 20 deals. And for us, we were also just looking at the averages. So the average profit per deal for us is 25,000. So 20 times 25, we say 20 times 15, that's 300 grand in 2 years. So maybe not 0 to 100 might be tough, but they also mentioned that they have been to a bunch of different schools, so I feel like they're getting conflicting information. What I'm doing is combining the information from a bunch of different schools into the most efficient way that I see, because I do JV funding, so we get requests from all the different strategies and tools of thought, I guess you would say. I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna sit back a little bit. My back has been killing me. All right, so how do I pick a market in Florida? We're just gonna plug the state in here. So I'm on price.com/research. I'm gonna type Florida. And for anybody watching without a screen, that is PRYCD.com/research. Research is spelled the normal way. So I'm not gonna pick a county here. You could choose an acreage range. If you're just starting out in Florida, honestly, I don't really care, but it's to give you better data, a better estimate if you can put some type of parameters on the acreage sizes. I'd say 0 to 5 acres is easier to underwrite than 5 to 20 because the size range, and you can use houses as a measuring stick to help with due diligence, because estimates on evaluation of a house are more accurate than land. Piggyback off that. So we're going to run that filter. We got 67 counties in Florida, and I'm going to pull this up. There's research columns, so when you first open this, you're going to see a lot more. So you see listed comps, 3, 6, and 12 months. We don't really need all that. I just want that sold, I guess sold comps all. Total data tree parcels is important. Sold to for sale ratio all versus sold to listed ratio at 3, 6, and 12. That's fine. And then let's filter by, so my favorite way to filter is sold to for sale or sold to listed. Both of these are going to give you some understanding of how fast properties sell. So I can't really guess, guess how much properties are worth, but how fast properties sell is an important one. Is there anybody in here? These lives been tanking. I feel like I'm so entertaining. No, I don't work a 9 to 5. TikTok's just been hating on me, man. But it's okay. We're gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna start doing more YouTube videos. You hear that, TikTok? So I'm gonna filter this by sold to for sale ratio in this filter. So that is sold to for sale ratio. That doesn't make sense. These are still kind of order. Let me just restart this. We've had issues with a lot of these type of websites in the past couple days. Even these types. Like we had issues with Instagram and Facebook, right? So I go 0 to 5 acres, filter by sold to for sale ratio, and that filter. Still, I'm not giving these in order, but we can do this manually. So we'll go over what these mean. So sold comps, that's how many comps that Priced has in their database for that county. Sold to for sale ratio, wow, that's crazy. I started threatening going on YouTube, and TikTok started sending me people. It's weird. Big news, we're buying a property for $500,000 that we think we can sell for $1 million. Pretty straightforward too. Usually those ones fall out for some reason. We've been underwriting the shit out of it, but they're like, baby, we got a meeting with the town planner. Apparently it's getting serious. There's a lot of land. Sold to for sale ratio is going to be how many sold versus how many are currently for sale. So I want this to be as high as possible. So listed ratio on 12 months. If we're just looking at one data source, like we do with, I usually grab this, I call it a sell-through rate, or most people in this industry call it a sell-through rate. But sold to listed ratio basically means that. But because they're getting their data from multiple sources, that sold property could show up across the board, like from Lands of America, Realtor, Zillow, and a couple other sources. But if you're listed on all those, you'll see any sales. And I feel like, for whatever reason, theirs is higher than mine. Maybe someone can help me out with why that is. But still, it remains true that you want this to be as high as possible. So we just have a different benchmark here. A lot of people like working Charlotte. Is cheap though. Would recommend not working that far down market. And the month over month price change percentage, you can see, is in the negative. So we want stuff to be going up. However, when we do that, we see we kind of drop off here. So it depends on what you're really interested in, but this is going to give you a good head start, and then you can take your market analysis template. Yeah, this will give you a good head start. So I just don't know why it's not. Let's switch to all acreages. Run the filter. I'm getting the same information, but in any case, so sold to listed ratio, and we like to see 3, 6, and 12. We want to see this at different markers because that will tell us there's a trend. So at 3 months and 6 months, it's pretty much the same. So nothing sold like at 3-month period in between those. But then it picked up again. Kind of harsh to gauge because this isn't perfect data. We also want a decent amount of total data tree parcels. We want to be kind of in the middle of all these. So this looks like quite a bit compared to the rest of the page. How many actual property records that you would be able to mail. A lot of people, myself included, like to mail only the out-of-state owners. I mean, mail anyone, but just starting with out-of-state, that means the owner of the property doesn't even live in the same state as the property. It means they'll be more likely to take your offer. So this is important. That means you want your number to be higher. So this is the ratio. So you would like these numbers to be as high as possible, even if you're not only mailing these. It just means like you're still going to get the offer. It just means the idea thing. Yeah, it just means that a higher percentage of the people that you are making an offer to will be out of state or will be out of county. And that means there's a higher percentage that those people are going to accept your offer. To be honest, I don't really factor this in too much anymore. But keep in mind, all we're looking at is vacant land, people that own occupied land. So days on market, we want this number to be low. That is the average time that it takes for something to sell. That's an algorithm based on a bunch of different sources. So be careful. I feel like the days on market is the one that I trust the least, but definitely we want this number as low as possible. And immediately, Charlotte County again sticks out to me as a strong county. So I'm going to pull this up, County Redfin, just for reference, because I kind of show you what I mean by maybe it's not a good county. So we have an economic, we have a month over month price change percentage. Generally, we want that to be positive. A little bit negative is okay. Significantly negative is not a good sign. This like for entire county to drop their price on average over 10%, not the sauce that you want. Hello. Yeah. All right. What's up, y'all? Economic rank, you want this to be lower. But when we're talking about rural land, that doesn't really matter. In general, you'll see lower economic ranks when we're dealing with places we're trying to buy hunting property in. Just because, like, not like a ton of houses out there, you're going to just deal with mostly people that are mobile homes. But again, at 101, Charlotte County still looks pretty strong. Economic score, again, this is going to be the higher, the better. Charlotte County again sticks out on the first page. What's this other one? Broward County. And then the population is just going to show you like people live there. And then the population change, you're going to want this to be positive. The population change in Charlotte County is actually 29,000 and their population is only 189,000. The next highest, actually this one's pretty crazy. Yeah, has a really strong population change. That can't be right though. Oh no, that's a million. That's 1.9 million. So we look at the percentage of it. The population change percentage in Broward was 10.2 positive. Here, looking at Charlotte, it's 15.4, again positive. The population change on the top one of the most number of the population, oh, I guess that was Broward. But here we got 8, so again, 15 stands out. Population per square mile, it doesn't matter a whole lot. That's just kind of understanding of population density. When we see something that's really low, like we'll see single digits, if we're looking at like recreational properties, that's fine. We want people living there. We want white-tailed deer, but also the term is gonna matter. Like Pima County is huge, and it's pretty dense, so it's gonna be probably pretty average, but it's in the middle of it, due to like government land that still is in the county. So this isn't like a solid number to rely on. I get rid of it, but I leave it here because it is at the end. It doesn't bother me too much, and it is interesting to see and to think about. So we'll move on to the next page and see if we can get anything similar. So we can start with the population change. Collier County, what's up? Crispy Chris, ask about zoning. What about zoning? But yeah, thanks for the likes, gang. Keep throwing some likes because it is real light in here and I'm just dropping gems. I'd love to get a conversation going. Otherwise, I'm gonna hop out of here quick because I'm getting a little hungry. Here we got Clay County, Florida. Out of personal experience, I've seen this submitted a lot of times. Let's see, population change positive 12.7. Especially with Florida right now, there's tons of people moving, mostly boomers moving out of like New York, Pennsylvania, retiring. They like to move to Florida. I forget where the villages are. Florida villages, freaky old folks in Lake County. So that's going to be a good one. Oh gosh. All right, so we're looking at Clay County, Florida. I like that one. Escambia. Remember, like the main thing that I want to pay attention to is a sold to for sale ratio. But if there aren't that many comps, we well, sold for sale or sold to listed. I want those as high as possible. If there's not that many comps, it's just not. You'll see some of the really high ones just have low populations. So now that we're seeing this, let's try to avoid like a population per mile of less than it says 1,000. Where is that? Oh, Duval, Florida. Sold to listed. It's not bad. It's pretty light. I think a good metric to pay attention to, especially for Florida, is going to be the population change percentage. And then you'll be able to see where are people moving to. So I'm going to pull this up on Redfin as well. So we're finding stuff that looks juicy. It would be nice if they had sorted it in order, but that's just not working right now. Now Citrus again has this highest, no, not quite the highest. Columbia has the highest, but it's pretty low. DeSoto, again, a high sell-through rate, but low amount of comps. Not doing us too good. Let's get the sold comps at least above 1,000. So I'm also going to pull up Citrus County, Florida. Did I pull up Clay County, Florida? No, I don't want Clay County, Florida. All right, back to price. We want high population change with a decent. All right, here, let's look at Flagler. I've never even heard of this one. That's what he said. Never mind. My thumbs hurt from liking. God damn, my thumbs hurt. All right, chill. No one anyway. So whatever. I'll just hang out with you until I wrap up this video. If you have any questions, oh, what's up, Jace? All right, Crispy got in. So Crispy's thumbs hurt because he's been doing too many likes. So now, Jace, you got to pick up this on the likes. Try to get some more people in here, ask some more questions. But this is an unscheduled live. Can't expect too much. Closed on Tuesday. Hype. Jace closed 2 deals. Fucking sick. All right, we'll pull up some counties here. So there's a guy in Discord, might be one of you guys, that was asking about how do we pick a market. And he is set on Florida. Well, I don't know if he's dead set, but I'm just going to pretend he is because it makes this module a little easier to put together. I like that I haven't seen Lee County yet. So I have 13.5, I got a 16.2. I'm really paying attention to the population change percentage. I'm looking at the price research page, by the way. So as long as there are at least like somewhere around at least 15,000 total comps, or what the line is, sold comps, that seems fair. And I'm also looking for, a high population change because Hillsborough, well, Florida, it's possible people are moving, boomers are moving down there to retire, usually from New York, New Pennsylvania, I guess the tri-state area. Younger people are moving out of New York and New Jersey, I guess, but they to be going towards Pennsylvania, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Delaware. Those are all doing well right now, but real competitive. I'm going to pull up Hillsborough as well. Priced. Priced. All right, I'm not going to do too much of this because you get the idea. But here is, I do want to point out one more point of reference. So Lee County, Florida, the sold to listed ratio is really good. Sold to for sale ratio is pretty good. There's tons of comps, tons of records, total out of state owner parcels. There's a lot of state to total ratio. These are strong. Oh, this parcels on market ratio. So you want this to be as low as possible. You'd like this to be around 0.01. So our best bet here, Manatee County, Florida, it's light in terms of comps. The population is under 100,000. The population is 400,000. At a very strong population change percentage. I'm going to add this to the list. I don't think I've seen any deals from Manatee County, Florida. Love the lives, by the way. Yeah, appreciate that. Where can I find your live schedule? At 11 a.m. Mountain Time, so 10 o'clock Pacific, and Monday I do one at night. I think that's 4 o'clock my time, which is Mountain Time. Yeah, I'll do more, but I don't like to skip more than like one or two because it can get like a little overwhelming. Like I generally will do like 4 a week, but it's hard for me to maintain that type of schedule. Is he kind of Florida? And, but yeah, I think yeah, I like this. I like the lives. All right, so start looking at some of these counties that we pulled. We see in Charlotte County. Oh, but also I saw some of these dipping out. Chris, I appreciate you. Appreciate the likes. I'm gonna drop this video on you tonight. It's not gonna be too hard. Would you ever single family home? Yeah, we did a couple this year in Riverside. Just got one, just came in. 200K as is value, 130K purchase price. Yeah, it sounds like something we would be interested in. So when did you get into wholesaling, bro? Several years ago. I didn't stick with it. I actually went with mobile homes. I did like door knocking for mobile homes and selling on terms. Solid play, but it's a messy play, so I didn't stick with it. But yeah, yeah. Around the real estate world, I definitely have tried. I what I focused on more, I found this cool, weird, kind of weird niche for me to be in as a white person, but selling hair weave. So I did that for a while, and that was cake. I was probably one of the buying hair extensions from Alibaba and then selling it on eBay, crushing it. I actually sold a lot on Craigslist, believe it or not. But yeah, yeah, I'm kind of like a serial entrepreneur, doing a bunch of stuff, and ended up back in the restaurant industry. That was nice. Yeah, I thought that was going to be my career, like a restaurant. But my dad was actually well, he was buying notes and he bought some land notes, but he had a stroke and was having trouble managing his business. So I just took a little vacation from work to come kind of babysit him. If anyone has a boomer dad, they know I can go. All our dads are boomers, right? Some of you guys are pretty young. Probably got Gen X type parents. But anyway, I didn't trust my dad to take it easy, so I just came out there and babysat him for a month. But started looking at the notes and deal funding and learning about land investing, and I did not go back to work. I've just been doing this the whole time. It's a great decision. Great decision. Okay, so I'm just going to test on all these counties. So Charlotte, clearly we don't want to send any mail over here. Let's look at sold in the past 3 months. It looked pretty similar. So this looks active. I'm just looking at land. Past 3 months was 1,400 for sale. Right now, 5,000. So I like the year. Like my benchmark for the year would be we broke 100%. Entire county is just fine. Usually a good county is gonna fall like a little under 100%, maybe like 75% sell-through rate on a year. What spread do you typically look for on a single-family home over 100K for a wholesale? That'd be definitely a different equation because we can be a lot more secure and think like what the valuation is. We know we can build on it. There's a house there. We know that there's water and there's power and there's all that. Like all it's going to be is the rehab. But yeah, it's a tough one. Financing is different. We do run some bank financing on that to increase our cash return, but we don't typically get a lot of JV requests so I don't have like a specific buy box or a specific benchmark or funding terms. A single family residential. So he got a deal for a house, buy for 30, sell 200 as is. So typically how people would do that is buy for 30, put like 20 to 40 in rehab, and then sell it for like 275, something like that. We don't really want to buy all that. We're just going to sell it to as is if we can. Also depending on where it is. Where is it? That's a good question. But yeah, spread, yeah, we definitely need the same type of spread we do with land, because land is harder to comp, so we want a higher spread just in case we're wrong on our comping. But the house is pretty straightforward to comp, but it does take more legwork. All right, so Charlotte looks pretty healthy, especially if we stick to the left side. You see there's only sold properties on the Oh, right. I forgot how Florida works. We're on the west edge of Florida. I would maybe like draw a polygon like around this little section because this, well, it's cheap over here too. I don't see a lot of huge. You're gonna get like big numbers over here, but yeah, I mean, you might as well try with something like the 80,000. We're right by the water. Also, could wash away with like one storm. Yeah, Charlotte looks all right. I would just, don't get too far out there. Don't get too cheap. Um, but yeah, anything that you can sell for over 25,000 is there to make an offer on. This is, Florida's real big on mobile homes, so that's kind of market. If you're looking at an infill lot, sub 50,000, like that's end use case is very likely to be in Florida. There's something about Florida, I just don't like it. It's just like I would never want to live. It's just I think well, I've been there a few times, and it's just like the humidity. Like I feel like that's what the trees and stuff remind me of. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But this doesn't look too bad either. We have some here, so I'm not gonna bother getting a sell-through rate on the whole county. But we'll like zoom in right here. I'm gonna remove the outline so I can get an understanding. There's 600 homes on the market. You see these waterfront homes can be, north of a half a ticket. We got some here, but let's check it out. Let's see what sold in the past year. We were at 600 on market, 900 solid. But you're gonna have a tough time getting people to sign your offer anywhere along this stretch. If you bump out, I could draw like a hard line down this street, whatever this is, and then just this pocket or just make offers in this pocket. Seems pretty consistent with their pricing from what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, that's where I like to be, in between 50 and 50K. We got a strong sell-through rate. We can test it again right here, kind of in the area that we're in. We see a tails right here. But we have 358 sold. I should kind of want to exclude because that seems like an outlier. We got 230 sold and for sale 109. So yeah, really good. I would hit this area. I like price points that I'm seeing. I don't see it much under 50K, if any at all. This is a really strong market. Here we go. Collier County, Florida. If you don't mail it, I will. All right, county. Hopefully get offers around 195 from buy and holders. Oh wait, where are we at? Show us the screen. I can't show you the screen, but I am recording this, and I'm going to post a video after this. So Inverness, Florida, north of Tampa, about 1 hour. Yeah, send me that. I got a builder out there, a couple actually. I got one guy that I met through this live that does mobile homes, and we've built actually 2 stick-built homes. Well, Pensacola, but North Florida. Depending on this single-family home, I'm hoping to purchase for 110 and relist at 210. Yeah, I mean we can. Yeah, I have a guy out there. Rehab is. He is kind of a wild card, but no, I haven't met a guy that isn't. I just had a guy recently wholesale my last deal with very similar numbers. Aside from this, has less rehab. Okay, yeah. I mean, as is fine. I really like to think about well, from your perspective, you got it locked up. If you have bills to pay right now, you might as well squeeze as much as you can out of it, and it's your deal. For us, we like to just move it over. So I'd rather make 20% in a month than make 50% in a year, because that 20 times 12 is 240. Right, that was easy math. 240%. But if I made 50%, I'll make 100% on a year if I do that. So does that make sense? I mean, it's obviously not like apples. The wholesale, same amount of work. If you wholesale it, as long as you're not putting any rehab or having to worry about that. I mean, the better wholesale, because it's work for you, whether you're take it to market or wholesale payment right now. Also, like, how a bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush. So if you can get paid today, maybe that's better for you. But this is a good deal. If you can wholesale it, whether it be with us or whoever, and you know how to sell it, by all means. The best option would probably be double close. So if you need transactional funding on it, we'll handle that for you. You know, it's not that fun for us, but it's on the IRR for us on transactional funding is really good. I mean, we used to be a payday loan company, so we do not mind just making a small amount fast. But yeah, if your seller is okay with you listing, but honestly, way less common with a home. Don't worry about that. All right, Citrus County, Florida. It looks pretty consistent. There's definitely a dead zone, but I see activity basically throughout the whole county. So I imagine I'm not going to see anything in that dead zone when I switch over to sold. I do know that I'm missing a lot down here, so maybe I'd want to just exclude that section right here and just kind of mail this like horseshoeish croissant shape. I forgot to remember. There's pieces of land have sold in the past year. For sale right now, 1,400. Strong market. Looking just on the eye test on the listings that I see, it's cheap. So that means two things. It could be, I forget where I was going. It definitely means two things. Well, it means that you're going to get more deals per call because it takes less time. The further down you go down market, the less offers you have to make to hit that, 50% or 40% marker that you're looking for your acceptable offer, and get something under contract. I was gonna say like it'll be harder to get funding. I don't know if that's true. There's a lot of like first-time funders that are looking to fund a deal for like 15 or 20 or even less. I mean, we fund deals, or we did last year. We funded a bunch of deals for 5 that were selling for 20. So you can get better margins. You can still get funding. We just don't fund. One thing that we have, like, now we've said we'll fund anything, but we're taking at least $5,000 for every deal. So if the deal is only going to make 7,000, well, we're getting 5. So maybe better off wholesaling, but you can definitely pick up deals in this type of market. It looks like you're going to have not too hard of a time establishing pricing unless you get like out here, but yeah, this looks solid. So this method is nice. I'm really tossing you guys up for like, I don't know. I've watched a lot of videos. I watched videos about land investing. That's one thing that's annoying is they're always giving you some type of like runaround and like not really giving you that much information. That's because most of the people that do these courses aren't actively doing this. All I do is underwrite deals. And go on live on TikTok, but I'll basically under 4 hours and then come fuck with you guys. So this is an interesting county. All right, so we've made it to the other side of Florida. I'm looking at Flagler County. For sale, we have 569 homes sold on the year. Again, we want this to be around 100. God damn, that is strong. However, we definitely see some strong grouping. So if we're going to send out mail or even call, let's just not waste our time in these dead zones. We can draw a polygon and only get a list that involves this pocket. Clearly there's a pocket there. What I'm interested in is in this pocket, Daytona North. What's going on with that? This looks like a very beginner friendly market. I see a lot of 25K stuff. If one of y'all went in here, if you're following along, you'll understand. I'm looking at Flagler County, Florida. And there's this little, I already said it, Daytona North. You call, just calling in here. And yeah, there's different slice it up. You can buy on terms to get somebody to get a better deal. You can, to make a deal that's not that good, to make better. Why did I just get up? I just got a light on my loom. People who are selling courses are not doing wholesaling. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to do a course, bro. Like, people aren't really doing that. They're not on the phone or not like really in it. They could be managing their business from a top-down approach, but especially with wholesaling, because that industry is so competitive. I do know some wholesalers that are crushing it. I know a lady out here in Pima County that does like $1 million a month. She's nowhere near a TikTok live or anything like that. Confident you've done hundreds of wholesale deals, just looking for a funder for some wholesale. Yeah, let's do it. That margin is close enough to. And if it's a house in a strong market, like fine. Your JV funder or HML, that to me that means hit my line. Oh yeah, hard money. Yeah, we do. I mean, we are. That's how we got in here was hard money. We're doing much better with JV funding, so that's kind of all we're doing. Astro Hippie Girl said, "What's the get vacant land sold? Depends how much you want trying to sell it for. I'll usually say, get some drone photography, list it with a good realtor. Don't time trying to sell it yourself. Like, if you're a land investor, 50% of your job, if you're not using realtors, that selling the property is 50% of the work. So why would I not let a professional do that? That's going to do better than me. They got an office, like it's just a different level of respect that potential buyers have going to a realtor than they do have going to private owners. You get a lot more tire kickers. But yeah, I would generally just say list on the MLS. If it is like a super rural, if it is a recreational property, I'll do whitetail or mossy oaks. Um, as long as it's over 50,000, ideally over 100,000 on your exit price. If you're under 50,000 on your exit price, then you're gonna have to really shop around to find a decent realtor, or get a tie in with a funder that will have access. We can list a well, not shitty, but like a cheap property with a realtor because we do a lot of deals. But if this is your first deal, a lot of realtors are not going to be interested in 5% on 20 to 50,000. But all right, so there's 102 sales in Daytona North a year. Let's see what is for sale. 63. This would be solid. I would say, like just fuck with this area too. But this is expensive. It's not so bad though. Just understand if someone owns a property that's worth probably know it's worth 200,000. Yeah, as far as getting land sold, I need to know more about it. But yeah, it's for the most part just be a better land, price it right. That's half the time people are like, oh, my land's not selling. Well, it's too expensive. The owner of Investor Lift doesn't buy. I don't know Investor Lift. I'm a garbage man, Brody. Oh, um, right. Yeah. So a lot of like, I don't know. Let me not talk too much shit. Like, there are good people doing good courses, and I don't know a ton about the wholesaling industry. I never did like a wholesaling course. But usually like the higher the value and like the more intense it is tough because like that's gonna get the most eyes on it. That's gonna sell most courses, but you're way less likely that they're going to be like good, like giving you good information. It's a vacant land in a gated neighborhood, 0.43 acres. All right, so it's pretty easy to price it right. Yeah, there's so much competition in wholesaling. That means more people thinking about it. There's more about it. Like I'd say a lot of the courses that you see making most of their money off the course and then actually like running their wholesaling business, or they're using their course kind of as like a pyramid scheme, which kind of works for investing courses. I'll be careful with it because I know I'm coming at this as like a funder first. Most funders in the land investing world land investing first. We were funding first and then got into like direct acquisitions. So if I teach you guys how to these deals and get JV funding and then submit them to me, like we'll make so much more money by doing that. I really don't want all these deals. Like I'd rather not get deals from first time people. But and I also like don't want to do the deals that are cheaper, which are easier to get if you're new. So it's like give or take. I know like I get deals just through doing TikToks, so it's tough. But I have a list of providing like multiple sources of funders. I do want you guys to definitely stuff to parcel funders first. And yeah, like you can find my funding website easily enough. We help you underwrite your deals and would help like underwrote your deal like you'd bring it to us for funding, but like I don't set any expectations like that because I recognize how this can be a pyramid scheme. But I think a lot of the wholesaling businesses kind of do the same thing, kind of get people cold come in a way. Necessarily what I'm trying to do. Like you can just if you can put enough two and two, you don't even need to get a course. Like you can just watch my TikToks and figure out how to do this and figure out how to get funding. Like the problem is most of my TikTok videos, I'm saying the same thing. So you really got to weed through it. All right. So we liked Flagler County. I'm looking at Hillsborough right now. this has been the most consistent as far as like it definitely is like grouping kind of towards the mid, but we just mailing this whole county as long as the sell-through rates are good. So there's 458 pieces of land on market. We would say parcels, not pieces of land, but 913. We haven't looked at a bad one yet. That's what's good at that's what's good about going through some big numbers, kind of all throughout. Like there's 158. Everything I'm seeing, there's really consistent pricing. It's not like a one area that's like a bunch of stuff that's millions or 500,000. Solid market right here. Definitely seems like, oh, this is Tampa. Yeah. All right, Tampa it is. What was yours? North of Tampa. No, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Florida's booming right now. For sale in Manatee County, 215. Definitely see some grouping towards the west side, but it also is really expensive. Home, Holmes Beach, this island, this is all millions. So stay away from the island. As long as you're inland a bit, I'd be comfy. But in any case, we're just gonna pull back and get an idea of what the county is doing. Actually, no. Yeah, that's fine. These are all, yeah, no, I want to see right here. So I'm inland. I'm avoiding those waterfront estates. I got 130 homes on this here, sold in the last year, 352. We haven't looked at one bad market right here. Florida's about to blow up. Again, this stuff's going to be competitive. Florida is very competitive as for wholesaling, but cold calling vacant land, people are not doing that. People are not doing that. If you're willing to do it, I'm going insane. I don't know what to do anymore. Nothing I do works out. Oh my man. Are you not cold calling for vacant land? It takes a while. Like, I mean, I've seen people do it and get a deal quickly, like within a week. But that week is 8 hour days of people telling you no. So you got to be ready to take some lumps. You cannot take this personally, and it's tough because we're working every day trying to hope for one payday on that month. So if you have been cold calling for traditional wholesaling, I would just pivot to just do vacant land. Just do vacant land, and you will get deals a lot faster. And then I would say call stuff that's already on market, not necessarily MLS listed stuff, although you can do that too. You probably understand a seasoned MLS listing or stale, whatever, something that's been on market for like at least 6 months. Call those, talk to the realtor, lowball them, see what they say, keep it pushing. Do the same thing on Facebook. You can't see how long something's been listed on Facebook, but just lowball Facebook, lowball offer up, Craigslist opportunities. Post some ads that say you buy land. Um, just do that. Just do that. I swear to God. You can't get something doing that within like a couple weeks, then you need to tweak. You need to tweak what you're doing. Make this educating yourself on this industry like really important, and you understand different ways that you can buy things. If you got $100,000 property, you can sell it for 100,000, and you can't get this seller to budge off of 70. Maybe he'll take payments. So if he'll take payments, that means all right, we're gonna put $7,000 down, and we're gonna pay him $1,000 a month for 3 years with a balloon payment at the end. Whatever, you're gonna sell it within 6 months. So 7 plus 6 is 13,000. So now we're only in it for 13,000. And remember, we still got 25,000 or 30,000 of profit on the other end. Generally, your maximum acceptable offer in land is 50%. That's how you're gonna get funding. That's the stuff that you're gonna be able to wholesale for 5 or 10 on the assignment fee. But if you can get something under contract on terms, you have a lot more wiggle room. Yeah. Yeah, I know cold calling is tough. That's why I don't like it's not for the weak. If you Brody, there's a lot of coaching. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I might have missed that. Yeah, no, it's good. Just keep coming to the lives. I'm giving you this information. Yeah, boot camp is basically where we got the templates and stuff, but no sweat. Like, um, I will say we'll have a wrap up soon, so I'll do my discount code Mafia 50. and we'll get you 50% off of the boot camp, and is going to be effective until I finish uploading modules, because I'm still not all the way done with the course. Remember, I do this. Courses like, there's so many people that are waiting on material. I really make that a priority because of, it's actual people. I connect with you guys through TikTok. Financially, it is not a priority at all. Like, it's $400. I don't care right now. Like I said, we're funding a deal that we're gonna make on. Well, we'll make like a quarter on. But yeah, dude, if you're cold calling, you gotta have some thin, and if you don't, it's a good way to develop it. I cold called in one of my first jobs. I was bill collecting actually, and I'm pretty comfortable on the phone, no matter what I'm trying to sell. But it's annoying. I don't want to do that. But if you don't have money to put into this, and especially if you don't have experience on the phone, you got to do that first. If it's just not working for you, you're just not the type of person that can be on the phone, but you kind of understand what it takes. You've taken a month or two to put in the work. At that point, you can just start sending out some offers. I'd say definitely handling those inbound calls is going to be a lot easier of a conversation for you, but nothing. Yeah, it's just much easier. Acquisition positions to do acquisition for us that we're cold calling, and it's a completely different game. Like, all the skills that you've picked up in negotiating or people or keeping people on the phone, it's so much easier when they're calling you because you made them a hard offer. Like, we're not sending out range offers. These aren't giving them a hard offer at like 40 to 50% of what their land is worth. When you guys send out offers, don't offer that much. But and they're calling in because they're interested in the offer. The only reason it's going to fall through is if the land wasn't worth it. So we're pre-qualifying people with our offer price, and from there, then we're just underwriting the land. All right, I'm gonna wrap up this YouTube video. Sticking with me. I know our quality is like pretty low. I didn't even use a microphone this time. We'll try to clean up the audio in CapCut. But like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Again, a.com. Check out the bootcamp. And the website's a mess. The bootcamp is a mess, but the content is there. I got templates. I got modules. I got actually a free CRM that you can use. So that is your value. The discount is Mafia50. That'll get you 50% off. Sayonara. If you love somebody, tell them. If you hate somebody, keep it to yourself. Peace.